okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
All right, Arlo, I got it. Wow, Arlo's calling me. I just realized as soon as I saw you call, I'm like, no! I'm looking at the mute button straight out. Straight out. Okay, great. So you heard none of that. Okay, not to mention the fact that Restream is glitching out. I've got a screen that's like this big. It's like if I were to do a vertical video, it's got the vertical template up here. So I'm looking at myself in like this shape, all squinched in. So you guys see me as landscape, but I'm actually vertical on the Restream back dashboard back here. So it's weird, but I can see myself. So thank you, Arlo, for giving me a call. So sorry about that, guys. I had the it was actually showing like that before, and I had it unmuted, and you guys probably heard me fumbling in the background, like, why is my screen like that? So I'm like, okay, Dawn, you're letting everybody hear that you're having technical problems. So I muted it and forgot to unmute it. Great, Dawn. I'm human. Don't kill me. All right. Thank you, Arlo. Thank you, baby sis, for calling me and alerting me to it. But what I said was my usual spiel. This has been a stream that's been created by traders for traders to just kick back, relax, train, talk about our day in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is owned and operated by Chad W. Christian. That is, American Dream Trading is. And he is a 30-year stock market veteran who has literally traded in every market condition imaginable. And he trains us to do the same thing. You know, he trains us to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. And we are trading in all kinds of conditions with ease because of his strategies that he has handed over to us. He has also allowed us to have his YouTube channel in the aftermarket to be able to just relate to each other and talk about our day and continue to focus on his strategies. Those of us that are addicted to the process and the process of learning. Yes, I'm eating grapes. See my eyes? See eyes? Fruitarian on for yeah. So come on up here on the panel and tell us about your story. We have customized trading view indicators where we can pick apart your trades and figure out what you did wrong and help you for the next time, or which one of Coach's strategies did you use to win today, if not all of them. Let's look at that too. We need to have people up here on this panel so that we can help you and that you can also help others if you're doing well. So with that being said, there are 3 links in the description of this video as well as this live chat. It is AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you're not a member, please click that link to come up and join AmericanDreamTrading.com. We have a plethora, that is my favorite word, plethora of services. VIP membership includes all of those services. One-on-one, free one-on-one with a moderator, which is normally a $500 value. One-on-one type style training with coach every morning. The pre-market crew, where we are in there trading at 4 a.m. every morning before most people are just turning over for the second half of sleep. All right. We have we have an hour of customer service if you need an hour-long help desk if you need that as well. We have hot stock picks, like I said, trading view indicators, you name it, weekend trading with one of our moderators. We have mastermind classes every month, monthly workshop classes. I mean, you name it, we have it. It is a stock market education university. Okay, we have everything here that you need to learn how to be successful in trading and keep your money. Coach not only teaches us how to make money, but how to protect it. Shout out to you, Coach. We love you. And thank you for letting us use your platform to put the word out and continue to focus on your teachings. Also, there is a link to join the panel. Come on up here and tell us your story. All you have to do is click that link and it will lead you through the prompts to come on up here and join the panel. Don't be shy. We need new people. We got Mark McSee waiting in the background. Come on up here and talk to us so we can go through your trades. Yesterday, DJ Vinny came up here with me, as well as Christina. And Rex was here for a few minutes yesterday. And DJ Vinny and I went through a couple of trades that we did, and we replayed. It's got a replay feature in trading. You gotta love it. We replayed the trades. So that's how we do. Shout out to Carter, who is our full-time YouTube videographer. He puts all of the videos on YouTube that Coach does so that we can continue to learn and watch those tutorials. Over 2,000 videos on there. Shout out to you, Carter. We will be checking out a couple of those today. So, and without further ado, I'm going to bring Mark McSee in here. But just before I do, I just want to say thank you to those of you who do send tips to the tip jar. I appreciate you so much. The third link is that of the tip jar, which I use as part of my income, and that helps me keep the lights on. So for those of you who can do that, thank you very much, and I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get Mark in here. He's been waiting long enough. Did you hear what I did?
What did you did?
I was had the mute button on for like 5 minutes. I'm talking.
Okay.
I guess you wouldn't have heard it though if I was muted.
I guess I wouldn't have. No. What did you have to tell me while you were talking? Nobody could hear you.
What do you mean? What do I have to tell you?
I don't know. You were talking about something. What was you talking about?
Oh, well, I was basically doing my normal spiel. You know what I mean? Welcoming people. Let me switch this music over. Mark, I don't know what's going on with this back end, right? But for whatever reason, Restream is only, you know how you go on TikTok and there are vertical screens versus the landscape screens, right? Well, that's
Sorta.
what I'm looking at on the back end here. That's all I can see is a vertical view of us. So I'm going to go out and come back in. Maybe that'll fix the glitch. Can you give me 2 seconds?
Go like this and go back. Turn your monitor.
No, it's not the monitor. I think it's glitching. I really do. And there's a button you can click to switch it, and that button's not working. So I'm going to go out and come back in.
Okay. We'll be here.
All right. I'll be right back. Damn Restream. Works.
Okie dokie.
Okay, fabulous. Welcome, everybody. Who is down there with us today? We've got Mark McSee. We have got Darn Cricket. We have got Miguel. What's up, Miguel? We've got Ardalan with the pink hand. It's me. Music's still a little loud, isn't it? I don't know. Okay. We got Ardalan with the pink hand. We have got Angela. Welcome, Angela Mulan. How are you? All right, we've got the links down there. We've got Gilly.
Gilly!
Gilly! What's going on, Gilly?
Gilly!
Come hang out with us. You haven't been up here in a while. We have got Joey Crypto. What's going on, Joe? You haven't been up here in a while either, Joey. Come on up here and hang out. Darn Cricket again. Billy, oh, Billy, man, when are you coming back? Billy is back again today. Welcome, Billy. Love your name. We've got Mike Clark. Hey, Mike Clark. How you doing, Bo? We've got Joey Crypto again. All right, we've got Jay Waffle in the house. Hey, Jay Waffle, how are you? And we've got Leslie. We've got Jeff Rosales. I don't remember seeing that name before, Jeff Rosales. Welcome, Jeff. Are you new? If you are, welcome to the Aftermarket. If you're not, and you already are a member, once again, welcome. But if you're not a member, click the link, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and look through our services and see what we have to offer. And guess who's here?
Who? Tell me. Who?
Gilly.
Gilly.
What's up?
What's going on?
You, man, how are you?
I'm doing great.
You got anything you
Doing
fixing
great.
tonight?
What's that?
You got any stuff that you're fixing or tinting any windows or anything
A
tonight?
friend of mine, I'm tinting the windows on his boat. And if anybody's ever tinted windows, a boat is a nightmare.
Like the wetness, right? Or
No, it's the curvature of the glass is absolutely, it's coming out nice.
Cool. Well, you're an expert, man. I'd have no doubts about you.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm ready to throw this towel in about every other job. I'm tired of doing it.
How long you been doing that, Gilly?
Oh, hell, since AutoZone in the 90s.
Wow, really?
I mean,
Nobody
that's
likes a quitter.
Yeah, that's when you just like lick the back and stamp it to your window and get a chainsaw and cut around the outside and call it good.
Right. Wow.
But
How'd you do in the market today? Please tell me you got
40,
out of that trade.
Yeah, no, I made like 44% on Google.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was
He
good.
killed
It was
on
up.
Google.
It was up like 55 or no, it was up like 85. And then just all of a sudden that dropped just like boom down to 55. And like I said, it was just sitting on my stop.
Yeah.
And then it went up a little bit more and then I screwed with it. And I came out like 45%, something like that. So it was all right. I'll take
pretty
it.
Decent. That's pretty decent.
That's 45% more than I had this morning.
Got in a sharp
There you
stick in
go.
the eye.
Yep.
Mark, how'd you do? Oh,
I
that's right.
had a comma. You mean, how did I do? You were there, weren't you?
I was
maybe
Mark
you
with the comma this morning.
Mark with a comma and a half.
Nice. What stock was that?
I had a couple. I don't have my GXAI mostly, and then I had that.
I remember Coach calling that out this morning.
Yeah, I was in it before that. Let me look here real quick. Forgot. What was the other one? Oh, AGRX, and then I did 2 trades on GXAI. Hang on a minute, I gotta reload this. All right. GXAI, I rode that one. The biggest trade was, I think the first trade I did was, I think I did like $130. And then, let's see, I did 70 on 2 small trades in the pre-market because it was like watching paint dry. And then I did a $200 one on GXAI in the pre-market. And then,
wow, you spanked GSAI.
Well, I did that 200. It kind of popped out a little bit. About the same time Coach came on, and then I rode another one, and stayed in it. Coach was scalping it, but I stayed in it. I got in at $10, $10.59, and got out at $12.79. I made $5.40 on the shares. It went up to whatever. Anyway, I made over $5 a share on the one, so I got like $1,300 on that. The one. So the last one, and I was done for the day. I was it. About a comma
Mark.
and a half. So
yeah, you are killing it, dude. You are killing it. You're getting more and more commas every day, right?
Nice job.
Well, that turbo trader button's going to be the end of me because I didn't really want to spend that kind of money, but I did anyway. I mean, I click.
But every 2 days, you're getting a nice payday.
Yeah, I mean, the pre-market stuck this morning. It was like watching paint dry. I could have went it bigger. Huh?
Are your red trades smaller with the turbo button?
Yes, they are. Well, yeah, I've gotten out with pennies per share losses on the ones that I've gotten out on, that pulled back on me. There wasn't any of them that actually started in the red. It pulled back. I didn't get out soon enough. I sat there and watched it evaporate. But it helped me get out. It helped me get out quicker. I
was about to say it helps you get out quicker, though, right?
Yeah, it seems to. The matter of fact that 100, the first 200 I did, I actually got out and it didn't fill my order because it shot up. It shot up after I don't know what happened there. That's the first time since I started using the turbo button it didn't execute the sale right away for some reason. Maybe I didn't click it all the way or something. I don't know, but it didn't sell, and it was a good thing
because it went up.
Yeah, it was right before the market opened. Yeah, it was it was after 8 o'clock, but it took off and it pulled back, and I'm like, I seen that long wick like Coach teaches us and Nate does all the time. So I would click out of it. I thought I was out of it. Well, it pulled back, and then I was going to go pull up my profit and loss widget just because I have it deleted, right? So every time I want to see what I did, I have to reload it, right? It only takes a couple seconds to do it, but I have it, so it's not even on my screen, so I don't get it. Well, I go to do it, it showed that my position was still open. I'm like, what? Well, time I went, what? The stock shot up all the way and I ended up making like $200 on it instead of a few penny loss. So I was like, oh, I got lucky there.
I always wondered how them turbo buttons would work in pre-market.
They work great.
If you didn't catch the sell, you'd have to be modify, sell, and just chase it. Or
no, Well,
Mark and Nate are
cancel.
annihilating it.
You just cancel the. That's the first time that happened. I mean, I may not have depressed the button. I don't know. I may have clicked my mouse and not. I really don't know. I can't answer whether it was my error or maybe just the internet didn't pick it up. I don't know. But that's the first time that happened to me. So, anyway, so it came to my benefit. But instead of being down a couple pennies, 5 cents a share or 3 cents a share when I hit the sell button, and I should have never done that anyway because I was up and I didn't take the green. It went up and then pulled back on me while I watched it go down instead of just getting out while I still had a little bit.
It was almost like the universe said, "You know what? I'm going to give you one more chance to get your tail out of this.
It did.
Out of this order with some green."
It did that time. Yeah. So whether it was my mistake or it just didn't, whatever it was, I can't tell you. I wasn't paying close enough attention.
But you did try to get out, so that's all that matters.
Oh,
so.
yeah. And then the other time I was using coach's indicators. I kind of use a modified what Nate does. Nate goes strictly by the wicks of the candle when it pulls back, pure scalp. But I kind of watch the L2, and as long as I can see there's potential orders and walls down there, even though it pulls way back, as long as it coach's 2.0 indicator says stay in the trade, I'll go ahead and let it take back some of that profit as long as it stays above where it's at,
Right.
Above, essentially above the 9 EMA. I treat that like VWAP, even though it's not VWAP.
Right.
Just helps you,
Stay
it gives me that is my exit guide. I use that to guide my exit. So it did pull down and it came down and hit the 9, but I stayed in it. And I was like, I sat there for either 2 or 3 minutes on that pullback, and then it went and started and it really took off. Yeah, then it really went. I mean, coach probably scalped that 4 times in the whole time that I was sitting in there once. And I did when it did pull back, when it did that one pullback, I did give up a substantial amount of profit. I mean, I still weigh in the profit because I got in at whatever it was, 10, and it went to 15, whatever it was. 6. Oh, it went to 6. I got out of 16 even on that one.
Well, the cool part, it was stocks.
Yeah.
And I can't dealing with option crap.
Yeah, I can't wait for that May 28th to get here. I really can't now. Now that I'm into this.
Yeah.
Get that money back the next day. That's going to be nice.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I can imagine.
Of course, that just gives you an extra day of another chance of blowing your account if you're not careful, right?
We're gonna keep it positive. Speaking of blowing your account, I would like to get, and I may do it here maybe in the next couple of weeks. I haven't quite got brave enough to get in out like Nate does. Not quite to the extent that he does, but kind of do more of that on the one candle, and then get back in whenever it goes back up again. And again, I don't really have the account to do it like I would like to. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of hesitant now. Maybe once it gets, I may wait till that May 28th, June 1st date before I really start doing that. I would be, because I'm that in and out, and you're adding, especially if the price is, more than a couple bucks, that eats up your account pretty quick if you're not careful, right? Yeah.
So maybe then once that next day thing, I may be more inclined to do that, give that a go. I think I could be good at it,
Yeah, coach's rule. Just do small position sizes at first and practice it.
Yeah, I've been doing 250 shares each trade. I don't even worry about it. Just click it. There was one of those I got in was really, I did 100 shares, but I only made like $20 out of that first part. It was more expensive. I didn't want to spend the money for the 250 shares. I made it 100. That's the only time I changed it. I just left the other one standard. So
that's a lot for
yeah. So there's a lot of churning going on there when you do that. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah. It was still only 4 trades total, 1 big trade, and the rest were smaller, dollar amounts. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. Happy.
How'd you do, Don?
I'm just eating my grapes. I got chopped up in SPY a little bit today. So I didn't have one of my best days, but it's again, it happens. Today was one of those days. I did well yesterday. I should have just sat on my hands today, and just kind of let it ride. You don't have to trade every day. That's another thing that I've learned with doing this. You know what I mean?
Trade all last week, not a single day.
Yeah.
I haven't said that for 17 months.
Nate says that when he has a good day, he usually has a bad day right behind it. So sometimes he takes it really small. And I did. Thank God I traded kind of small, so I didn't lose a huge amount of money.
There's been a lot of chop lately. I looked in. I was still peeking in last week, and I saw a lot of flat chop. I'm like, oh, geez, I hope nobody got tore up. Everybody's always in options all the time, and it just sucks when you get just flat garbage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And SPY was doing a lot of that today, eating up contracts. It'd run up for a while, and then it would hit you with 2 big red candles and eat your whole premium up. Go up a little bit more.
Google was the only thing going up. I just picked the right one.
Amazon looked pretty good too.
Yeah. I didn't have a crystal ball or anything. It was just going up. Like, I'll take a little bit of that. And I had some old support lines drawn. Like, hey, it's looking pretty good. And it just kept going. I mean, it wasn't because I bought it that it kept going. It's just,
right.
I happened to pick the right one, and it worked.
It's good when that happens.
How was your family vacation? Good time away, good time together, de-stress, had good time then?
Yeah, it was great. That was one to remember for sure.
Would you guys
concert you go to? What concert did you go to?
Beartooth. Not too many people even know who it is, but it was a good time. We had a VIP booth. It kicked ass. It was at the Fillmore in Denver, which is kind of it's downtown. It's an older brick building, but it's small and it's loud. It was a great time.
You just a VIP all over the place, aren't you? Here, there.
It was like when we got there, there was a line. There's just people everywhere. It's madness. We saw this huge line, and then we started walking, getting out of the Uber and everything. We saw this other huge line, like, oh crap, let's go to the end of that. But that line went all the way around the block.
Wow.
So,
oh my God.
By the time we came all the way around, we found the end of the line, and there was a Wendy's right there. So we just went inside and ate for 30 minutes and then came back out. And then we got around, and finally we got around to the side of the building, and there was a side entrance for VIPs. And I walked up to the guys like, hey, how much to upgrade, my tickets right now? And they told me, and it was a big number. I'm like, you know what? I'm done standing out here.
Nice.
So, and hell yeah. And then there was a lady. She's like, okay, follow me. And then we followed her upstairs. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm jumping up and down. I got my phone out. I'm going live and shit. I'm just, it's great. Rock concert. It was awesome. But yeah, they show us to our private table, and there was a waitress and a call button. And I've never had that in my entire life. I've been to a lot of concerts and usually general admission. But yeah, I spoiled the family on that one. That was fun.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah,
beat sitting with the commenters, huh? The little
well,
people.
just if you were in, the general admission, the place is completely flat. It'd be like general admission on a gym floor. You'd never see what's going on. The stage was maybe shoulder height, so you would never see anything really. It would have sucked. So I don't know, just. It made it a good time, and everything just worked the whole time. Everything worked out great. It was fun. It was a great time.
I have to look them up. Beartooth, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they got a new song out with Hardy's, pretty big. There's 3 or 4 of their newer songs that I really like. Some of the old stuff is some old punk, but I like some of the new stuff too.
Cool. We got to check them out.
It was a good time.
Sweet.
And hey, who had that dude that had the violin on earlier, Mark?
Zay.
So my nephew, he plays everything. He plays the violin also, but he's got electric and hooks it up to his amp with distortion. We do too. He shreds the hell out of that thing. It's awesome.
Wow.
We have acoustic and electric.
That's sweet. That was cool. He picked it up and just started shredding the hell out of it. That was awesome. I mean, a guitar can't do that. It's cool.
I don't know. There's this one kid out there who just shreds like it's nothing. I don't know. I can't remember his name. He's on YouTube. He's got like curly black hair, and he'll just sit there and the song will start, and then he'll just pick the guitar up. He's got a bunch of shorts out there, and he'll just, I mean, that kid shreds at the speed of light.
I got a friend like that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's amazing. Apparently, he's been playing literally since he was about 7 or 8 years old, and he was really good then. So you can imagine, he's like in his 20s now, so you can imagine how good he is.
A lot of
But
talent.
yeah. He's awesome. But yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you made money today. I'm glad you made money today, Mark. Anybody else down there want to come up here on the panel and talk to us about their day? Let us know. We are here. We can look up, we can see what Carter's got going on, what videos he uploaded. What is on tap?
If you lose me, my phone's gonna ring any minute and I'll get kicked out. But my dad's coming out for a bourbon and we're gonna hang out for a minute. So
All right. Sounds
my
like
night will be short here. But tomorrow I should be home. I can turn the computer on and hang out.
All right, cool.
Get this boat done and get this crap out of the way. And then it's on to taxes and stuff. So I'll be home for a few days.
Gotta love taxes.
Yeah, gotta do it. They don't do themselves.
Nothing taxes.
All the book.
I haven't done mine yet either.
Yeah. Well, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Howdy, can everybody hear me?
We can.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Aaron?
Doing good.
How are
How
you?
you doing, Gilly? Nice to meet you. See your face.
Yeah, nice to meet you. You got some zen in the background or something there.
Yeah, I got tapestry and another tapestry behind it, but
Nice.
yeah, definitely in the zen. Gotta be in the flow, right?
Yeah.
He is also our other resident health nut. I thought I was a health nut, but yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Well, it's good to see he found a store in the local area to get buy himself a T-shirt.
I put one on just for you, Mark. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'll put one on for Mark. I still don't have shorts on, so don't ask me to stand up.
Okay, no, thank you. Look, Billy, he was on here shirtless the other day.
Well, the reason why, though, because I think it was Mark kind of calling me out. You gotta, coach has gotta see your face, so I had to switch on my camera real quick. So
Yeah, I was like, no, we need the camera on. You're like, okay, and all of a sudden, click, hey.
that's what you get.
That was awesome. I think
Yeah,
Christina was up here losing her mind. She's probably hearing that. Oh, he doesn't have a shirt on.
How's your transition to day trading going, Aaron, with the new trading platforms?
It's going. Yeah, I'm getting used to it, getting the flow. Dabbled my toe in a couple GXAI today.
Good.
Did pretty decent. Entry levels were great. I did my journaling. Exits weren't the best. I don't mind if you like. I don't know what your agenda is, but I don't mind going over that at all. Just the mindset, kind of. We're both in it. You're in it too, Mark. So it might help me a little bit. But yeah, no, okay. I did pretty good. I felt good about it. Yeah. I'll just go over it. But yeah, if you want to, we go tick by tick if you want. But let me look at my journal real quick. But yeah, so I entered at first price at 10.57, just 10 contracts. Yeah, I'll wait for the candles because it was kind of fun getting into it. And then I added. Yeah, let me get it up too. So.
Are you talking 10:57 Eastern?
Sorry, price 10.57, time 9:09.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what was the stop? GX AI. It's GXAI, right?
Yep. 906.
909 was my first entry.
Oh, 909. Okay. Oh, that's what I said was an oil rig. Looked like an oil rig.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
So pre-market is, there we go. Let's pull it down.
I forgot I made like $140 in that pre-market. I didn't carry it into the regular market, which looks like I should have, but
Wow.
Yeah, I was following it in the pre-market. I have some lines when I got up to the top, that 1150 mark.
You said you
Came
got in
down.
at 909?
Yeah, 909. I got 10 contracts at price 1057.
Wow. All right. So that is right
Yep.
about here.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, right there. Nice, dude, because I'm looking at what's coming. So you got in a good spot. You got hit with a little bit of resistance right there, though. But then you
Yes.
made it up. Okay.
Yeah, I waited a little bit through that, and then I started adding again at 10 contracts each. Pretty quick after that, times 913, 914, 920. Added 10 all through that.
So
Felt pretty
basically
good.
all through here.
Yeah, just felt really good about it, just holding and just consolidating. It's just it's
Yep.
stair steps. That's what they do. So up and consolidating. I felt that it was holding that 9 nice and strong, or I think that's the 9 with the dots on there.
It is. The yellow dots
yeah,
is the
'cause-
9.
Yeah, because my first entry I have above VWAP, above the 55, above the 21, the 9, everything looks good. And then it just
Yep.
held, it just held that. So I felt good about it. Shaved 10 contracts at, I didn't grab the time on that. It was at price point 1235. It was right when it dipped down again, that hard dip.
This one here?
Yeah, where it started coming, right before that, where it come down and started touching the 9 and started going under it. Yeah, back a little bit. Yeah, right. I think so, yeah. Just to kind of shave, that whole shaving practice. And that's where I was running into a little mechanics. Like, I got to set things up differently to shave because I don't,
So that was about a quarter to 10. That was 942 right there with that candle.
Are you using the turbo buttons?
I'm getting them all set up. I'm realizing that I
okay.
need to get my breakdowns of exits of my quantities set up on there. So like right now it's defaulting to like 10, 50, 100, and 500. I need to get in there and adjust those, and I haven't found where to adjust those yet. So that's my
bottom left-hand corner Weeble, and then go into frequently used. That's how you do that.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that'll help me. That was my task tonight. So.
Yep. That very bottom left icon, that little gear icon, is general settings. So you go into when you open it up into frequently used, there'll be settings there that you can type in for stock, you can type in for options.
Perfect. All right, I'm getting my filled orders so I could give you guys a time on I guess I didn't finish my journal all the way. Hold on. Okay, in. Yeah, so I sold 10 at 943.
Okay, so yeah, that was
that dip.
Yeah.
And would that be something, Mark, would that be something that you would shave, or since it held the 9, you would just keep your hands off the mouse, right?
Well, that's the one I actually stomached myself. I got into the one right there at about 931-ish, 932 maybe it was, somewhere around 932, 933. I got in there when it broke through that resistance or support line or resistance line. Yeah, so I got in at $10.59, I believe it was. So I was right in there. Yeah, I was in that same one, wrote it up, and that was the pullback that I hesitated and then it dropped, but yet I was still above the 9, so I stayed in it. Okay, plus I was into profit, right? So So I wrote it up just like you did, but I stated I should have shaved, but I didn't. And that was one of my thoughts, man, I should have shaved some, right? And I didn't. And that's an issue that I have. I'm not shaving. I'm all in or all out, and I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, I stomached that big red candle there and the next one. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 minutes before it started climbing again. But it stayed above the 9 the whole time. So that's what made me stay in. And I believe that's where Coach was in with us too, and he bought some of that and shaved it. I think it was that one. I don't know. It's hard to remember. But yeah, I did stay in it only because of the coach's indicators. If I wouldn't have had that, I probably would have panicked and hit the sell button, but I didn't. Now, if it had broke the 9, yeah, then I would have sold for sure. Or once it confirmed that it broke below, I would have. But yeah.
Okay, that was
you
my
shaved
thoughts.
that was a good that was a good thing to shave, right? When you get to the top,
it felt good.
If it pauses, shave some, right?
Yeah, then the strength came back, and that's why I stopped shaving, and that's when I realized my shaving wasn't correct, because it helped me because I only shaved 10 rather than 50%, so it worked in my favor. So my mental was right, and then let me back up to my entry as far as like before the open. I know you guys say don't do it, but with all those indicators in the favor of it moving that direction, is that something? I mean, just to kind of evaluate everything, would that be something?
Yeah, I mean it does, but it is. It was good going into the open, right? The indicators, it was riding everything. It was kind of tight, but yeah, the indicators said, if you ignored the time, that would have been a good trade, right? Even though it consolidated right before market open. The reason we say don't hold any of these pre-market stocks in is especially if the price has gone up. At 9:30, people see that are already in it, and they're hitting sell, right? Taking profit. So the price usually will drop on you, initially as a knee-jerk reaction. Not always, but usually, right? So you don't want to put yourself in that position to knife drop on you at market open. That's the reason for it.
Yeah, that's why I mean, I knew that was the reason, but I didn't know if there was like hey, if we get all these favors, potentiality is still going to be pointing up, or if it's just like, it's still pre-market, nobody knows.
Yeah, it's like a Russian roulette. You don't really know, and it's just a safer strategy, right?
Okay.
To not go into the market with one. I mean, if it's got strong news and it's whatever, that's a decision everybody has to make. But the general rule of thumb is you shouldn't carry them over into the open market. You can always re-enter, especially if everybody takes a profit, right? You can re-enter maybe at a lower price point.
Yeah, and I didn't see that in the charts though, like where the people taking profit. In this particular chart, it really showed me that it was like a buildup, and it was like, okay, everybody's kind of getting in a little bit before. It did work out, so I kind of, I did. Yeah. But I don't want to make this like, okay, if I see this consistently, right, or just if it was a one-off. So okay.
Yeah, you had a fortunate trade there. It was consolidating right before the open, right? So it was kind of teetering there. So, but yeah, you
right here.
I mean, it had a hair of a pullback, but not much of one, right?
Just a consolidation pullback, just a stair step, and nothing where I saw it was like dramatic where people were wanting to take profit real fast. It was just kind of more of that stair step action. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I shaved 10 at that
right in here
943 mark. Then I saw it go back up, so I added that 10 back in at 946, and then it went up, and then I was out at 951 when it hit 1375, and that I just pulled all the way out. And again, I knew it was above the 9 when I was watching. It was consolidating, and just how quick things are moving, and just kind of testing things out. I was like, all right, I'm green, I'm good. So my question is like that next little leg up, and from there, if I would have held it, because it did have, was above the 9, now seeing the chart after the fact, because this wasn't obviously printing when we were watching it.
Right.
That knife drop, right? We're still above the 9, but it's still coming down. So we're still holding as it's coming back down below the 9, or are you shaving as soon as you see that big red candle after that first?
It didn't really, it touched the 9, but it didn't break and hold below it, right?
No, yeah.
So like I said, I kind of treat that 9 in pre-market, especially as a VWAP type of line, right? The line of if it breaks and holds below it. Now, if it's still above the cloud, I might give it even a little bit more room, just because I've learned how to use this indicator and I'm more comfortable with it. And working with David and him, some of the things that he said about gave me a little bit of confidence. If you could afford to stomach the loss of profit, give it a chance, because we got in such a decent price. I was able to, honestly, that big pullback is just because I didn't react, right? So then I was kind of, there's a big support line there on my chart. I had a line drawn there. What is that? $12. That's a natural, the whole number, right? So that's going to be a natural point. And the L2 supported it too. So that there was orders there. So that's why I didn't get out. So between the it's kind of hard to go back because you can't replay the L2, but that I was using that to help me too. So there was a strong support in the L2 at $12. So I kind of figured it wouldn't go below 12 at that time. There was enough buyers in there at 12.
Yeah,
and
12.
as you can see, that's what happened. They did fight each other for a little bit. It consolidated there, and then it took off. So yeah, I rode that all the way up to 16. It hit slightly above 16, then it paused, and it paused, and it paused. And I'm like, next candle come up, it was green. It had a long wick above it, and as soon as that wick, I see that long wick, I'm like, I'm selling right now, and I just happened to sell it at $16 even. But yeah,
are you
16 right there at the apex?
Are you at the ticks? You're still at 1 minute when you're watching this.
I always use 1 minute. Yeah, I got it right there at the top of the body. Your white candle there, Don.
Okay, right there.
So yeah, it was giant. I think that was like a 50 cents. It was a pretty big 50 or 75 cent wick there. I can't remember. 50 cents.
1650 is
that's pretty freaking huge. Yeah, that's pretty huge.
So it went up, and then I seen that wick and come down. I'm like, 16 sounds pretty good to me. I'm getting out,
Yeah, that's a pretty big wick.
The L2 didn't really have any much above 16 at that time either. That's another reason I got out.
So then it's all about candles after, like, inside of those moments, really. I mean, it is. The indicators are there, but when you're above the indicators and it's got that little run up, it's total candle movement, right? You're switching over to that.
Yeah, kind of that with the indicators,
volume,
which it was well above. I was well above all that then. Yeah, then it was after it got up that red candle right before the big green one that peaked. I was already kind of saying, I got to get out of this. I'm going to end up giving up too much, and luckily it popped one more time. Well, actually, two, if you count. That red candle wasn't red at the second, at the top there, it turned red. But I just got fortunate enough to get out while that long wick was pulling back down. I hit sell. So, and it filled right at 6. It filled right at 16. So,
gentlemen, we also have Mustang Chris on here with us. What's up, Chris?
Hey,
What's up, Chris?
How are you?
Can't see anybody now, but
doing all right.
So when it's pulling up and just getting far away from the indicators and you can't see anything, then we're just looking at candle action, L2 volume, and then we're knowing that it's going to come back to the indicators, because it can't get too far away from them. It's that's from my experience. Everything's going to come back, right? So
when it goes up so fast, it'll spread away from the 9. But then if it stair steps, the 9 will kind of follow real close. You see how big of a gap there between it. So. That was a good trade there. You got out good,
You end up using everything, you know what I mean? So you're right. You have to kind of stay alert to everything, the candles, the indicators.
When it's applicable for that, because I was doing options before. I mean, I haven't been in like this stuff for probably 6 or 7 years, just because of everything, but it's still the same. But the speed that the day, kind of getting in the day movement of, it's a little bit, it's the same practice. It really does come down to the same practice, just a lot quicker. So it's just what indicators or what are we looking at in the moments that you have split seconds to make decisions, rather than maybe half hour, an hour, maybe even a day, and that's where I was at. I was more in that a little bit longer time frames, not anything long, because still options but inside of the 90-day mark. But this is fun. I definitely enjoy it. Thank you a bunch. That definitely helps. And it was what I was thinking when I was in my journal, is going back and remembering where my thought was, because it was just this morning, and then like where I'm getting out, but then also watching it. So
absolutely, that's what we do.
Build that confidence. Like you guys say, man, it's just really building that confidence. And anybody coming in, just work on the mechanics and the just paper trade, just get it timing down. I mean, I know we all want to jump in here and want to make money, whether we're paid members, whatever level that we are. That's the end goal, but we got to get the process down. And again, I had some I have some experience, but not the ADT experience. And again, just start at the beginning, treat yourself as a beginner, and you'll move quick. You might not have to do this as long as somebody, but still start at the beginning, and it really does pay off. I'm already seeing it from the movement from my paper trading to I think this is the second day I've kind of dabbled in really lightly, just to get the timing down, get my mental thought process down, stay in the flow. So just start slow, be patient with yourself, and everything will come. It definitely is proven. We have everybody here that's showing us that it's proven, that we want to get to. Just give yourself
awesome.
Don't burn your account. Don't burn your account. I can't just stress it enough. It's so easy. I mean, I've done it before in the past, and I want green, even if it's a penny. I want green. So
right,
all it takes.
Yeah,
I don't blame
exactly.
you. Speaking
that was
of
good.
mess, look at
Weeble
this
does
shop.
have a replay, and so does TradingView. So
Weeble
Look at
does
this
for
choppy mess. Try messing with that today.
that SPY.
Yeah,
it's up there. It's up there at the top of your chart there with the symbols. It's the little round symbol, like on a VCR play button. You'll see it there. It's a little round gray circle.
Awesome. I'll play with that. I found the one in TradingView. Yeah, it's my first time messing with TradingView, but definitely liking the tools and everything. So yeah, SPY was a little choppy. I did end up dabbling my toes, and I came out green. It was just flat. It was just choppy.
Yeah.
So I'm only doing shares. I'm not doing any options. So I'm just entry points and strategies and stuff like that. So it came out green.
That's
take your time.
Yep. One day at a time, one trade at a time. And remember to stay small. Speaking of which, let's just go over the rules real quick. If you're a brand new trader, you don't want to go into the market and trade within the first 30 minutes to an hour, just because it's extremely volatile. And I even heard somebody say today, which I think, is true myself, and also the last hour, which we think is probably even more volatile than the initial opening of the market. Not to mention, you don't want to use real money. Okay, because if you're using real money, that's going to make you nervous. It's going to make your hands sweaty, and you're going to be, you just get the process down, get the mechanics down, right? And then go into regular money. And when you do go into regular money, use small position sizes, like Aaron just said that he did. I'm glad to see that you're using the rules, you're doing it properly, you're taking your time. And I heard you say you went in small just to test it. That's all you want to do at this point. If you're brand new, you're not about the profit, you're about the process. So you got to get that stuff down first. And then, of course, make sure you use your stops, because all trades are risky. So, yep. Mustang, how'd you do today, man?
I made a little bit on Apple in the morning. I didn't get in right in the beginning. But I got in after the second breathe back when the 21 was crossing the VWAP, because that feels safe to me. I keep finding that spot as something that's reliable, where there's no real chop. And I rode that almost to the bottom, just with 2 contracts.
That's so crazy.
And I see that on a lot of different stocks.
When down, damn near. Just straight shot down.
Yep. And it does that a lot on a lot of different stocks. And then somebody called out Google later in the day, like
Gilly.
Yes, sir.
Gilly.
I got in a couple minutes after I should have, and I regretted it. So I lost a little bit on that, but I got out quick. Once I realized it was done going up, I should have got in Apple again when it came back up above VWAP, but that weird spot in between VWAP and the 200 is always real choppy. And I thought, okay, if it crosses the 200 and it goes, then I'll get in. But because I saw it finally the 21 crossed the 200, and it didn't go. I was like, uh-oh, that's bad news.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it's probably going to drop here. Then there was that one quick pull down, and it didn't, like the pop and drop or the dip and rip where you get one big candle down and then it takes off. Like
Dip
people
and
buying low, they'll shove it down so they can buy it low to ride the ride up further.
Yeah, which is a pain in my ass.
But because it didn't keep going, I was like, uh-oh, that's a drag and not a dip and rip. So it's probably going to tank in a minute. And I was like, uh-oh.
So I got into Google
There it goes.
At 9:32, and I called it out to the upside. So I had a very good position. You'll notice I never called it out. I didn't call it out from there on out because it was getting kind of violent. You know, I hate to tell everybody, hey, enter Google, and then shit dropped down $5. You know, it's just
right.
I had a good position, so I just kind of kept it to myself.
There's a spot on that I noticed, and I just missed it by a couple minutes. One of the ladies called it out, but there's a line at 141.73 where it had a double top there, but then kept going up, and then there was the squeeze. Right as the 9 was crossing that level, it popped up like 6 or 7 candles. I saw that. I was like, it might get a couple more, but it's starting to peter out. I'll see what it does. And then, nope, it's done. If I would have been a couple minutes earlier, maybe. So like Mark said, how he's got a whole bunch of charts set up. I spent the last hour of the day setting up this flexible grid thing on TOS. So I got 8 charts up here with no volume bars and no EWO, so I can just see what the stock is doing with a big enough chart on each one that I can see what it's doing. And then if one of them hits a spot that looks promising, I'll flip over to the trade chart and start getting in there. And that way, once that trade is done, I can flip back to the flex grid and look for the next opportunity instead of waiting and hoping that somebody says something about one of them and, you know, always regretting that I missed it by 10 minutes.
Wow.
I wanted to ask you something too, something that I've been noticing a lot lately. On SPY today, the first half of the day when it was chopping up and down channeling.
Yeah.
Do you guys in Webull, do you have the indicators on your options chart, or is it just candles?
Mine just has, I think it has on the option chart. It has VWAP.
Okay,
but that's VWAP for the option chart. That's not VWAP. I don't know how.
Right.
I don't really pay attention to it anyway. Right.
What I noticed is that
all my indicators are on the the stock chart. I don't have hardly anything on the options chart.
Well, I put them on the options chart just to see what it does, and I've noticed there's a lot of people using that to trade instead of just the stock chart.
Oh,
that morning chop on SPY.
Yeah.
On the 1 minute chart, the top of that channel was the 200, and the bottom of that channel was the 200 on the options chart. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I had a great channel. I drew it out. Yeah, I watched it with you.
Yeah, you know what, SPY, while I said it was choppy, it did have some pretty decent channels if you got on the right side of it at the right time.
The Qs were way better though. I've been noticing that the amount that the Qs move in relation to the amount that you have to spend per contract is much more favorable.
Yeah, because I've had days where I've ridden SPY like that up and down and did okay, you know what I mean? So it's a matter of getting in at the right time, and then it's kind of a trickle effect. If you get in wrong, you'll stay wrong. If you get in right, you'll kind of stay right. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it'll go 2, 3, 4, 6 candles, and every now and then it'll go for 3 hours.
Yeah.
When it was channeling like that, buy and hold, it'll just chew them up. They'll just spit them out. But if you play that channel, as a scalp and it could be a 15-minute scalp, but that channel on SPY was great. You see, it was like perfect V's, up, down, and the second it peaked, I put a line there, And then at the bottom, I drew another line, and I was just kind of watching as I was in Google. I was waiting for it to yank, so it'd yank Google. But I started drawing out the channel in SPY as it was happening. And yeah, the second you were at the bottom, I mean, you switch to calls. When you're at the top, switch to puts. And SPY had like a good 6 or 7 opportunities to make money in that channel today. Yeah, see the beginning this morning?
Yeah, right there.
So 5 good opportunities in that channel. But it wasn't a buy and hold situation. You just had to be ready to scalp it.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. You could have made a lot of money in that. And look at the polls. Those puts would have been gold.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that was scalper's paradise there.
Yeah, SPY had some pretty violent polls today.
And it respected the lines, too. So you could have literally just used the lines and just gone right up, right on back down, right on back up.
And this was the crap awaiting the bond news, right? It was just flat and the market didn't know where to go yet. So waiting on that news, it created a channel. And you could make a lot of money in that channel right there. Especially
I think Hamilton did well with it.
You grab 100, 150 contracts, you're going to be loaded in making that channel, going both directions.
How did that work out today? Was everybody on their toes, ready, loaded for bear at 1 o'clock? Because we kept mentioning it all day, and I had to leave. I had some running around to do today, appointment to go to. Yeah. So was everybody prepared and out of trades if they needed to be at 1 o'clock today?
They sure were. We talked about it. I remember at 12:09 alerting everybody, listen, let's start getting a heads up and thinking about what's happening at 1 o'clock. And then I think Hamilton and them got into a conversation at about 12:39. And so we stayed alert and,
good.
And it
shot
up.
There was it shot up. Well, because the interest rate was lower, right? So, yeah, that was good. I was worried more about the other way, and everybody dropping and knocking everybody out of their contracts. That's what my concern was, right?
Me too. I was in calls.
Right.
Crash Google with it.
Yeah. Hey Don, do you have the coach's rules little commercial thing you have? Got some people who keep asking, what are coach's rules? And it's a lot to type out. Do you still have that?
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do.
We used to do them all the time, but we kind of haven't lately. And
I just been doing a shorter version of it because
right.
I mean, I don't want to like have people watching paint dry with the rules, just the main ones. But let's do it. Okay, so right here we've got coach's rules. And what we like to do is we like to also preface it with letting you know not to use real money. All right. Before you get into anything, do not use real money. But the first rule is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your trade, and it's of your total account. Yeah, it's of your total. I know, Mark. God damn. Calm down, Mark.
Let's go.
All right. 1 to 3% of your total account. You want to make sure that you are using proper risk management there. Rule number 2, red days. Do not, and we repeat, do not have more than 2 red days. If you are this guy, you need to take a break. Okay, don't be him. You need to go ahead and stop trading and start training. Okay, it is what it is. Take a break. Something's going on, and you're not where you need to be. So take a break and put yourself in a timeout and train. All right. Rule number 3: if you're not a master scalper, then you should be doing shares. Okay. If you're not a master scalper, you should be doing shares, and you should be doing Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, which teaches you how to get in trades and hold on to them. All right. Get rid of the losers. Let the runners run. So make sure that if you're, watching the 2-minute EWO videos, which we'll probably watch a couple of them here tonight, 2-minute EWO video, just get in when you're supposed to get in and ride that thing out. It's not meant for you to scalp if you're not good at that. So don't do it. Rule number 4, don't trade more than 1 to 5 trades a day. Why? Overtrading. You don't need to overtrade. Okay. If you overtrade, it leads to revenge trading, and then you're trading against the market instead of in harmony with it. Rule number 5 is small position sizes, which is something that we just talked about, okay, with Aaron. Smaller position sizes offer greater reward with a whole lot less risk and a whole lot less stress. You know, if you're in a trade and you've got your, you got your stop set in and you didn't risk a whole lot, well, then it makes the trade a lot more of a stress-free process, okay? So make sure you're using smaller positions. Rule number 6, if you're not ready for options, listen, we've got 2 people that we know of that have become multi-millionaires trading shares, Nate and Jimmy. Okay. Do shares. You don't have the gamma and the theta and the delta to worry about with shares. It's 1 for 1. You lose 1, you get 1 back when it goes up. Period. Simple. You don't have to make up for it went down and then you gotta make double just to break even. You don't have to deal with that. So if you're not ready for that, do shares. Okay. Rule number 7, last but not least, all trades are risky. So make sure you guys are using your stop losses. And those are Coach's rules. And also what's not on there, because I think Bruno put this together a while ago, is don't trade again in the first 30 minutes to an hour of the day or in the last hour of the day, because that's the most volatile sections of time during the trading day.
Good.
Well, thank you, Mark. I'm glad I met with your approval.
It did. The rules are so simple, but so hard to follow sometimes psychologically.
Yep, they are.
And that's, you break one, you're pretty much guilty of breaking them all, right? Sort of like the 10 Commandments. Break one, you broke them all, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, every now and then we'll see Coach break his own rule, but he's allowed. He set those rules in place because after 30 years of trading, he's found these rules. He's made enough mistakes that these rules set in place came from his mistakes. So he doesn't want you to make the same mistakes. It's okay. He's a millionaire. He can lose a couple $100, a few $1,000s, and get it right back because he's got that kind of skill. You don't have that kind of skill if you're brand new. You lose your money, you're ass out. Coach knows how to get it right back. So every now and then, he may run without a stop because he's scalping. He's only going to be in a trade for 3 seconds. But if you run without stops and something knife drops on you and your account can't handle it, forget about it. So follow the rules. Follow the rules, follow the rules, follow the rules. We can't stress that enough. They work. And, oh my God, wait a minute. Who is that? Hold on.
That would be Hamilton.
Yeah, man. What's going on? You can see him?
You put a thing in the chat. Hey, what's up?
Oh, okay.
I assumed he was backstage.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? Gilly, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Where you been, man?
Away. It's been
all
kind
right. That's good enough.
Yeah, man.
You're doing some vacationing.
Oh, here's my dad calling me.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I'm
Hamilton,
still there or not,
it's
but
you.
I'm going to get kicked off.
It's
you.
me. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask, man. I didn't mean to pry.
Oh, man. Shout out to Gilly. We love Gilly. But, yeah, man. How are you?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Good. I was just thinking about you because we looked at Spy, and you cleaned up, didn't you?
I did well in Spy today. Yeah, I guess some people were having problems. I was working that channel.
See, you got on the right side of it and got your timing down. That's awesome.
No, I've been working on that. I'm trying to get a little bit better at scalping, so I've been doing Spy. It seems to be a good one to scalp.
It is, and I'm gonna tell you, it had some good channels. I'm a little pissed that I got on the wrong side of it. And what I should have just done was take a break and reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't do anything crazy. Just I think I got a couple $100 out of it. Nothing huge. It was just little trades. So.
That's I remember when I had that day when I made the 288, it was just scalping the channels. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's all you need. Remember, it's the process. We're
That's
not
right.
worried so much about the profits. It's getting the process and getting it down consistently that we're trying to all do.
Yeah, with the contracts you can get, multiples, so you can practice shedding them and stuff. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Shout out. There is a tip sitting over there. Thank you, Diesel Dan. You are amazing, dude. Thank you so much. Always Diesel Dan with a tip in the tip jar. You're amazing, Diesel Dan. I think we got somebody else coming. I think Gilly came back. Maybe it wasn't Dad. Gilly!
I knew the second someone asked me a question, my dad would call, and right there. I knew
You thought it was Hamilton's breath.
I come in, it's like, I'm out of here.
Hey, let me tell you all about what I did. I knew he was going to call.
Wow.
Now, he's coming out to the shop. We're going to have a bourbon together and listen to some music and hang out. So,
What kind of bourbon?
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah, there's a good, I don't know, $1,500 worth of stuff out here at the shop.
Nice. All right.
Wow.
That's my stash. Home away from
That's
home.
pretty cool that you guys spend that time together.
Damn right. I'll take every
I
single
suggest the 18 year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any.
I just seen that on a movie last night. Somebody said, "Oh, I suggest you try the 18 year." I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't really think about that.
18 year in your stash, Gilly?
Huh?
You got an 18 year in your stash?
No, nothing that old. No.
I just had a Japanese whiskey this past weekend. Was really good. I was not had it before. It's very good.
I open up my cupboard. I'm gonna look like a just straight up alcoholic, but I did have some people out here a few weeks ago. They were bringing out some really fancy beers. I mean, beers that were $40-$50 a piece. So I didn't have any crap like that. So I grabbed a bunch of nice bottles of bourbon. And we had a good time. It was fun.
Nice. Gilly, you know how to party, man.
Yeah, and I'm not like, stashing that shit in a brown bag and wandering around town or nothing, out driving. No, a bottle lasts me a long time. So, I mean,
hey, what's going on?
I like to have a selection, but yeah, I'm still an adult.
Right. Drink responsibly, kiddies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. Hamilton was just telling us how he did in Spy today. How he traded the channels.
Yeah, damn right. See, I drew that out the second it was happening. I was in Google, so I had to kind of watch what I was doing. The rest of the market was kind of crashing, and I'm in calls and like the only stock going up, so I had to keep a close eye on that. But I checked out that Spy channel, and it was just chomping at the bit the whole time. It was clockwork. Yeah, I bet you made a lot of money on that.
A little bit. I didn't do a whole bunch, but I've been doing small contracts. Just kind of, I'm trying to get better at scalping. So
yeah, even playing with it. Try it one.
Yeah.
If you can try one call all the way up to where you get stopped out and then flip to puts and go all the way down and get stopped out, that's so fun. I mean, you'll hear all the noise in the background. We got 500-600 people in the Zoom, but if you can channel trade, it's so fun. It's a good time, and you hardly ever get the opportunity. They're awaiting that stupid bond thing, so you could tell it was just flat. But during that channel, you can make a shit ton of money. It's fun to do. You just flip over on your head and ride the puts on the way down, and it's fun. Try to one contract. Who cares?
What's the smaller one, Gilly? Is it SPXL?
I think so.
For the long. Yeah, for the long. Yeah.
And then SPXU or S?
It's probably S because it's SPXL for long, and I think that's the 3X one, and the other one would be short. So
yeah,
I guess I don't know. You'd have to look it up and type it in and see what it says.
You can get contracts buy for $60.
Yeah, I would assume that would be that way.
0 days are real cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to
That's
play
why
with.
Christine and I play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the second you hear someone say something's flat, go chart it out. Just try the high line and the low line and see if it just plays pinball up and down. You know, it's fun. Just try it. It's buy a call. You know, wait at the bottom, but you can't guess the bottom. You got to wait for a little bit of a reversal. You got to get an indication. And it's not an EWO. You're just looking at the candles, but you need a little bit of an indication of the reversal. Otherwise, you're best at here.
Yeah.
You know what would give that to you?
Lines.
Support resistance lines on your chart. Look at the history.
Once you have
that's the thing when it comes down to that. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Once you have the support and resistance line drawn out, it's on the way down. You can't just grab it the second it touches your line. That's not, enough conviction. You got to have, it may dabble around for 3 or 4 minutes or 6 minutes or 10 minutes before it even goes the other direction. So you kind of want the best bang for your buck, but you don't want to get run over either. If it breaks through support and you're buying calls there, you're going to be in trouble quick. So you got to have just sit on your hands for a few minutes and get a little bit of an indication that it's going the other direction in that channel. But it's fun. It's fun to play around with it and try it with one contract. I mean, it's a different strategy. You're not doing the 2-minute. You're not ready to shed and all that crap. It would be a scalp, and it's fun.
Yeah, what I've been doing, Gilly, is like you said, wait for that. It hits your resistance line, but just hang out there. Don't do anything yet, and wait for you see that green arrow going up. You're like, boom, you're in. And I was doing 6 contracts at a time, and then it would hit my next resistance line right there. As soon as it got to that point, I did half, so I took 3 off, and then I just waited to see what it was going to do. If it started back down, then I get rid of the rest. But if it was continuing past it, I'd keep them, let it ride to the next resistance line, and just kind of do the same thing.
What premium did you get, Hamilton?
Man, I think those contracts were only, I don't know. I can't even remember now. I was just getting the ones right at the money. I think they were like, 60 cents. I think I was getting 6 of them for $200, $250, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you get on the plates, those are amazing.
I got to take off, guys. I got to take off.
All right, Mark.
All right.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, I'm probably going to down actually.
See you in the morning.
So, yeah.
4 a.m.
See you in the
And
morning.
thank you for the help with the flex grid, having all the charts up.
Definitely.
Say what?
What you mentioned last time about having all the charts up at the same time so I can see everything.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. I have mine for the EWO, so I can see when the EWO switches. That's my main. I mean, it's a chart, full mini chart, but it's mainly there for the EWO. That's what I have mine there for. Because I'm an EWO player, right? So, all right, I'll see you guys 4 a.m. That's
All right, that's good.
See you in the morning.
And back on that channel trading, just know that it's going to end. Be ready, like whether it's going up or going down, it's going to end at some point in time. And it doesn't always end in the middle of it either. It can break one or the other.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I enjoy it. The channel trading's cool as hell. Even paper trading, who cares? Just try it. Yeah. It's fun. It's neat.
That's the best way to probably get good at it. Paper trading first.
If you could throw a couple hundred contracts at SPY in that channel, grab a couple hundred calls at the bottom and then grab a couple hundred puts at the top. Just in that 5-way or 6-way that did this morning. You'd be up, I don't know, $40,000-$50,000.
Yeah.
You're speaking in a different tax bracket, buddy.
Yeah. Well, that's what when it makes it worth it though. Because if you go in there with a couple $100 worth, and like shit, I made $8. It's not worth it. But yeah, yeah. But try it on paper. It's fun.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Like you said, even if you do make $8 for like the smaller accounts, it's like you're practicing the process. Eventually, you'll be able to size up after you build your account up. You'll be able to size up. And what he's talking about, you'll be making hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per scalp.
I would definitely channel trade with a margin account. Cash account has all the pressures in the world. Cash account is an absolute pain in the ass. I hate cash account. It's 50,000 times harder with training. And now we're all being trained. We all know this stuff. We've been listening for years. Cash account's a pain in the ass. It really is. It sucks.
It depends. It depends, because I have to have a cash account, because if I have a margin account, God knows what'll happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But the odds of holding on to a bad trade with a cash account are 5 million times higher than holding on to them with a margin. Just let that shit go. Sell it. I mean, the numbers might be a little bigger and it might hurt a little more, but I bet you don't hold on to it as long. You'll cut a bad trade quick if you got money in it.
Yeah.
So the cash account is hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm trying to. I opened up a small cash account, $1,000 cash account, just to kind of work on the channel trading, the scalping and stuff, and I mean, it's almost to $4,000 now, so it's doing all right. But yeah, it is tough, man. It is a lot of work.
It's hard.
Yeah, but you gotta be you can only trade what you have. You know what I mean?
You don't get to play all day.
Yeah, it's like I had 30. I think I had 30. I think I had 3,500 in it today, and I used it all. Just with those six contracts at a time, I used it all, and I'm like, okay, I'm done now. But
yeah. But for new people, it's good because it teaches them restraint. If they don't have the money to trade, they can't overtrade. Once you use it up, that's it. You can't overtrade with it. So for new people, I think it's a good thing because that kind of gives them a little bit of restraint. Because they may not be able to control themselves with a margin account, and then they're going to end up blowing up and then get a margin call, and next thing they're come knocking at their door. So for brand new people, it might be good for them to have a cash account because it restricts them.
100.
Absolutely. Yes.
Without dealing with the pattern day crap. You know what I mean?
Especially the people that have money, have lots of money, and they get in there and they're new. Like, oh, I'm just gonna buy success, and I'm gonna make Tesla go up on my own. Well, I guess it doesn't happen that way.
No. Well, Brady did
it. That's it. That's a risky game. I think someone's here. The dogs are going nuts.
I just saw something that Tesla got downgraded tonight.
Oh, they said they were going to do that.
Yeah, by a bank or something. I saw that. But their Giga plant in Berlin just got fired up. The one that was like arson and all kinds of crap, and that tanked the stock a bunch. Well, I guess that place is all back to all good and going back up. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have a bourbon. You guys have
a bourbon. Have a bourbon.
All right. See you guys.
Have a good one, Gilly.
Yeah, Gilly.
See you, man.
You too.
Guys, I've got some editing to do, so I'm going to go ahead. I want to go ahead and tweak that video Coach wants me to do, so I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask Aaron a quick question?
Sure.
How do you like it so far, Aaron?
Yeah, no, it's been wonderful, man.
Cool.
Yeah, the onboarding process is good. Just getting used to the platforms and doing the same thing you do. I just gotta, I got $5,000, but I'm just playing with about $1,000. I kind of went over it a little bit today, but just cash account, working on the mechanics, working on the timing.
Nice.
I played with options a while ago, but it wasn't the day trading stuff. It was in the day, but it's just longer time frames. Maybe an hour, 2 hours. But just in this time, the quick time, it's just another mindset. Like you're finding out, Hamilton. Just got to work on the mechanics. So I'm loving it though. Loving the community. Loving the strength that's coming from everybody, because we could only do so much on our own. We try to stay every bleeding moment we can, but we can only take so much. So it's really nice to have other people on the same stock, same mindset. We're all getting the same training. So again, anybody new will work on the process, work on ADT's process and not your own, and then everything else once you do that starts falling into play really quick. So quit putting it off and thinking you're gonna make $1 million in a day. Just start with the process, and just over and over again. This is what we got to do. So I'm sticking to those rules and making sure that I do the same myself. And of course, I have little spurts here and there, but they're not big. They're just more still testing things. So, but yeah, no, I'm loving it, man. Liking the community, liking everybody that I'm meeting, and it's good.
That's awesome. Speaking of which, I forgot to play Carter's video, so I am going to do that for the new people that are down there in the chat. He's got a good one, charting strategies. Shout out to Carter. Take a quick look at it before we get out of here.
show you guys where I get this. You can see it here, 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 and here, and here. See it? I know I do these really fast, but this is where I'm grabbing the data from. Everybody catch that?
Yes,
And when
sir.
you're looking
Yes,
back
sir,
that
Coach.
far, it doesn't have to be right on, right? It could just be.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I always say it can be off by a couple cents. Now remember, the bigger the amount of the stock, the more it can be off, right? So SPY is $400. It could be off by 10, 12 cents.
I
right?
remember
Where
this day.
ARA is typically like almost to the penny, right? So and that same with Soxel. Soxel we can get, within 3 cents. It's because it's a smaller stock price, which means the range doesn't move as much. So the bigger the number, the more it could be askewed a little bit, right? You got
Coach,
it.
you plotting off the 1 minute always?
Not always. It depends how far back I got to go. The reason I
Okay.
can grab it here is because there was so much data. If this had pulled all the way back, but there was nothing showing here for me to go on, I'd have to flip out to like a 5. And if there still wasn't any data, right, that I could see in this range, I would have to go back until I get data. Does that make sense?
Perfect. That's what I do. I just wanted to make sure we were aligned. Thanks.
Yeah. Because, just like this, right? I could use the 5 minute
Yeah, so
or
is
the
that you?
15 or whatever I want. You can still see these areas right here, 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 right? It's just if there's data, I can use the 1 and really just dial in on it.
I don't think so.
So right here. So just like this, right? You would think, oh, well, the pullback is 180.20, right? Because
Yeah,
this is
no,
a
you
good
just said
spot.
it completely different.
Yeah, but to do that is only 20 cents. So what I have to be careful of when I'm announcing this, I also have to look at, well, if I put you guys in here at this level, but this is going to be support, then I actually have to go here to make sure you're safe and not get chopped up in this spot. So even though I'm not talking about it all the time, and you're like, oh, coach, wouldn't it be right here? I always do that to try to protect you guys. And this is why a lot of times they can be a giant variance. Like Apple, it's $3 difference today, coach. There's a reason, right? If it bleeds hard or shoots up high, I'm doing it to protect you guys, right? So just like this, it's actually 180.20 here, but it's 9 o'clock and 180 is going to be a critical level because it's a whole number. So I'd rather say 180 to the downside.
And
Make
Apple
sense?
loves whole numbers.
Like right here, this is going to be a perfect example. Watch this. So AMD is going to be 174.50 to the upside. Now, actually, if you look at this, the real downside is 173.12. I wouldn't give you 173.12 because at 173, isn't that a major level because it's a whole number?
Right. That's where it's hitting.
Yeah, and think about and right here
Yeah, I
though,
know who
because
that
the
is.
real number is 12, right? It's actually, and now remember, it could be off by a couple cents. But I'm not going to put it up. That'd be like 173 and 6 cents. No, it's going to stop around that area. So I give it a little more. Now look at this. Now I already can see that this is bleeding out before we get there at 9 o'clock, right? Look at this. It's 16 cents away. So since it's doing this, so what I'm going to do, because we're already staring at it, we're going to go to the next level. There's no reason for me to put you guys at risk already right here. And that's only because we're looking at it.
I'm going to put the link to this in the chat because this is a freaking huge video right here, dude. Because he is literally going over step by step how he comes up with pre-market numbers. I know there's a lot of you that want that. So, yeah, I'm going to put the link in the chat.
So now I'm going to go a little lower, which is going to be this area. So now the new bottom for AMD is going to be 172.84. Does that make sense?
Is this on YouTube?
It is.
For free?
It is. For free.
Are you saying free?
I'm
Wow,
saying
that's
free.
free.
Dude, it is amazing. You know, Coach has so much awesome information on YouTube, and people miss the boat on it that aren't going there and digging through those videos and finding. That was huge right there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me do that. Let me find that real quick. for you guys that want to go watch that. Watch that a few times because you hear them do the levels in the morning. Pre-market, okay, it's called pre-market charting strategies.
Inside of the mind of a master.
Not now. Okay, so come on, phone. Phone's acting weird. American Dream Trading pre-market charting strategies. Okay, yeah, there it is.
Now, like Hamilton, you're. I mean, to do the channel trading, you got to have your turbo trader set up, right? You're not using the old school one.
Yeah, actually, when I do options, I'm trading on E-Trade, which, to be honest, is not the best for that. But I don't know. I've had some issues with Webull, so. But I do have the turbo trader, and I do like it on Webull. But the platform itself,
yeah. Just the platform. Yeah, I'm just getting used to it. So I'm learning it. It feels like once you set it up and get it for you, it seems like can be good.
Yeah.
Some of the other platforms make it easy for you. Then you just kind of learn that platform, right? They kind of give you the blueprint, and you're like, okay, this, and they're really intuitive. I mean, the good ones obviously have more people using it, but I do like the flexibility that the Webull gives you, the multiple screens and having different platforms, different landscape, and I'm a little colorblind, so like having these different charts and like picking colors. So like I gotta get one chart good and then copy the charts. But then when you're going from one layout to the next, I could copy the whole layout and then rearrange it. And I guess that's how I'll keep my colors right. Because right now my colors are a little different from screen to screen. And I know my displays are a little bit different. So I got one coming to max the resolution on my MacBook. But yeah, so
yeah.
All these little things, they all add up. They really do. You don't want to do this while you're in these big trades. So like everybody here stresses enough. I keep on stressing enough because I know you got to start small, because all these little things make that half a second, whatever that little thought is, takes your eye off what you're supposed to be looking at, because you're trying to do something that you need to be doing at night. So like just take things slow, get things down so you can actually get in and out of trades. You know where to go when you're like, shit, it didn't take my stop or whatever. There's weird things happen. You know where to go to fix them. I mean, that's the biggest thing, no matter what platform or what money you have in your account. If you don't know what you're doing, fucking stay away. Like, there's so much at risk when you get in these things. And
you got to have your mechanics down before you.
Yeah. Look at Oh, no. You held up that earlier. I guess you're showing it to me, huh?
I think it was backwards, so I couldn't read it before.
No, I flipped my screen so it shows up.
I saw that now,
Yeah, I see that now.
Good now.
Hey, Don, can you see that?
Well, do you take pesos?
There you go. Don, you're muted, by the way.
So here.
Notice it's full.
What are you doing with that chair?
It's full.
It's full.
I'm going to the Coinstar with this. It's like $200.
Wow.
That's funny.
I don't know how I'm gonna get my pesos to you, but I'll try.
Wow.
Cool.
I'm putting money in it every night. Well, don't forget, we are also trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers, and we are on our way. We just crossed the 10,000 threshold. So thank you all for that. We're only 4,583 to go. And we just covered ground similar to that. So I know we can do it. And we'll go ahead and end the show with Coach's video explaining why you need to sign up with a VIP membership. Guys, thank you again so much for coming and hanging out. And everybody that's down there in the live chat, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all and love you all. And I'll see you guys in the pre-market.
Thanks for having us, Dawn.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
sign up for any of the services, of course, website is always here. $200 for our regular membership gets you immediately into Zoom. You can see every trade I make. You'll get hot stock picks, the videos on demand, the IPO center, and the pre-market setup, all with the regular $200 membership. When you're ready to step it up, though, I highly recommend the VIP membership. You'll be able to start trading early at 4 a.m. You'll get to trade with some of our other millionaires inside of that room. You guys will get masterclass training with me every day at 8:15. You'll get the VIP lounge, all of those hot stock picks, pre-market setup. You're going to get the IPO center, the videos on demand, all of the workshop classes for free, and we put one of those on every single month. You'll get all the VIP training videos, the trading view indicators. These were designed specifically based on my 2-minute EWO, which, by the way, no trader in the world has ever used what we are doing with the Elliott Wave Oscillator. And we have a lot of people finding success, obviously, with this. You'll also get VIP seating at the meetups. If you are a VIP member and you want more training, VIP Gold, you can add that on for an additional $2,500 a year. Right now, as one of the specials that I have, this could go away, but right now, if you sign up for the VIP Gold, you will also get a free one-on-one with a moderator. That is a $500 value just for that. And for all the mastermind classes, you get every mastermind class for free during your subscription. You'll get 1 hour of tech support if you need it, so we can remote in, we can help you set up those charts. Anything specific, right, that will get you going, we can help you with that. You're also gonna get, for the first time ever, weekend training. We've been doing it every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And because it's the weekend, it is literally like a one-on-one. You'll also get our news service showing us everything, right, that's going on in the market, and breakout rooms. So anytime we do a breakout room, that's only for VIP Gold members. You guys will be able to access that. Use your affiliate account. You guys will also get a piece of everything. So if you have family members, neighbors, people in your church, people that you guys want to help out, you can give them your link, and that will also give you a kickback immediately. It's immediate. As soon as they pay for it, you guys will get money. You'll see it into your monies that you can just withdraw. Send them to AmericanDreamTrading.com.